Hello and welcome to the Sharjah Stadium, where we're getting ready for the second leg of the semi-final of the AFC Champions League Two between Sharjah, the hosts from the United Arab Emirates, and Al-Taawoun of Saudi Arabia. These are conditions here at the Sharjah Stadium this evening. It's a fair degree of humidity. The summer heat has started to kick in. There's a light breeze blowing, and the pitch in excellent condition. It received a watering about 75 minutes before the kickoff, and again after the players finished their warm-ups tonight. And those Sharjah fans have turned up with high expectation, as have the Al-Taawoun supporters who've made their way across from Saudi Arabia. They're the ones who hold the advantage at the moment, courtesy of a 1-0 win in the first leg. It was desperately tight, that first leg, though. Al-Taawoun winning courtesy of their only shot on target throughout the entire match, and it was just in the second minute when that came through Abdul Hamid Sabiri. Players gathering in the tunnel. Number 88 there, very significant figure for Sharjah, Majid Hassan. He's got experience of big nights in the AFC region. He played for Al Ahly when they finished as runners-up in the AFC Champions League way back in 2015. And do you know who his coach was? The same as his coach tonight, Cosmin Oloroyu, the Romanian. And from Oloroyu's perspective, you would say that the one thing missing from his CV here in the UAE is a continental trophy. Is that something he can deliver tonight? Well, he certainly can't win the title tonight, but he can give his side the best opportunity to go through to the final on the 18th of May. The winner of tonight's tie will play the winner of the tie between Sydney FC and Lion City Sailors. The Sharjah supporters in good voice. They were actually name-checked by Cosmin Oloroyu in the build-up to this match. He said he was very impressed with the atmosphere generated by the Al-Taawoun supporters in the first leg, and he expected his fans to do something similar this evening. Well, both these sides no strangers to tight matches in the knockout stages of this competition. Both of them progressing through both knockout matches thus far, courtesy of penalty shootouts. Sharjah going through in the round of 16 against Al Hussein of Jordan on this ground with a penalty shootout, and then again in the quarterfinals, again on this ground against their fellow UAE sides, Shabab Al Ahly. Al-Taawoun in the round of 16, they progressed thanks to a penalty shootout against Al Waqra of Qatar, and again a penalty shootout in the quarterfinals against Tractor of Iran. So you could argue in that sense that pressure is the middle name of both these teams. But how will they deal with the pressure tonight? Neither of these two teams has ever won a continental competition in the AFC region. One of them is going to maintain that record, an unwanted record, at the end of tonight's match, but one of them is going to be very much alive. Who will it be? It's not a full house here at the Sharjah Stadium this evening, but the atmosphere is absolutely electric. Sharjah fans have turned up in big numbers. And we're getting ready now for the appearance of the two sets of players and the match officials out on the pitch. The nickname of Sharjah is the King, and as far as they're concerned, their supporters anyway, they want to be kings of Asia. Two teams on their way then. Sharjah on the right of screen there in the predominantly white strip, and Al-Taawoun playing in yellow. So much riding on tonight's game. Al-Taawoun are the ones who hold the advantage after the first leg, but who will hold the advantage at the end of this evening's encounter. Some tense faces there. Everyone knows the importance of this evening's action. Sharjah last season, a real letdown in the AFC Champions League for them. They were top of their group in what's now the AFC Champions League Elite after 4 rounds of matches, and they lost their last 2 matches in the group stage and didn't qualify for the knockouts. To make amends here. Time for handshakes, high fives and fist bumps. Not only between the 2 sets of players, but also with the match officials too. And very shortly we will be underway. Let's have a look at the lineups then, and Sharjah make 3 changes from the side that lost last week. Mara comes in. Your partner captain Shaheen Abdullah in central defence, and 49 Al-Taawoun, the veteran Moroccan playmaker, also gets an opportunity. Our referee this evening is Rustam Lutfulin from Uzbekistan. He celebrated his 34th birthday 10 days ago. He was 4th official actually in last year's AFC Champions League final. 2nd leg here in the UAE between Al-Ain and Yokohama F. Marinos in May of 2024. This is his 4th AFC Champions League match of the season. His first involving either of these 2 teams. He's also refereed a couple of AFC Champions League elite matches this term. His last game was 3 days ago in the Uzbek Super League. Handshakes all round. Abdul Qudus Taya, the goalkeeper, making a few last-minute prayers. And Al-Taawoun, the visitors making 2 changes from the first leg. Income number 23, Walid Al-Ahmad, for his 5th start in the competition this season. He's previously played in Asia for Al-Hilal and Al-Fazali. Number 27, Sultan Mandash, who has 4 goals in this season's AFC Champions League Two. Only 1 player remains, and that's Walid Al-Ahmad from the 1-1 draw with Al-Oqdod, in which a shadows squad that was played at the weekend in the Saudi Pro League. Players given an opportunity to rest. All the Sharjah players got an opportunity to rest because their domestic match was postponed over the weekend to give themselves maximum opportunity to be fully prepared for tonight's encounter. A few final words among the Sharjah players. It was interesting to see Al-Taawoun there, the veteran midfield schemer, making sure he was getting his voice heard. And you can see Majid Hassan, player we've mentioned already on commentary tonight as being a vastly experienced operator too. He's having his say. Adel Al-Hosseini, who's been brilliant in goal for Sharjah this season in this competition. And it's going to be the visitors, Al-Taawoun, who are going to get us underway this evening. Referee Rustam Lutfulin gets us underway then, with Al-Taawoun playing from left to right on your screens in this first half in the yellow strip. They made a fast start in the first leg. Is either of these two sides going to make a fast start this time around? Luanzinho getting the opportunity for a bit of a run. Plays in Adel Taarabt. He thought about a shot. And in the end, the opportunity doesn't present itself. Marcus Maloney, the young Brazilian-born wing-back, gets a touch. These two sides have actually met 3 times before. They met in the AFC Champions League of 2019-20. That was the season that was interrupted by the COVID epidemic. They played here in February of 2020, and Al-Taawoun won that one by 1-0. And then they played in the September of that year, and Sharjah won it by 6-0. That was in Doha, in a bubble because of COVID. You can see the effects of that little bit of a sprinkling that the pitch got there. And here's an opportunity, an early chance, and it's flashed across the face of goal by Sultan Mandash. That really was a good opening. He timed his run perfectly. He got away from David Petrovic, and he'll be disappointed he didn't hit the target. It was becoming an acute angle, but very nearly Al-Taawoun doing exactly what they did in the first leg to Sharjah, by making a fast start and getting on the score sheet. Taarabt, Kamara into the side this evening. Alden Hani, the wing-back, trying to get the cross in. Blocked by René Rivas, Venezuelan defender, just 22 years of age. He's on loan from Caracas. Headed away by Andre Girotto, Brazilian defender. Play on, says the referee. Kamara flies into the tackle. Lofted forward for Musa Barrow. Oh, it's just wide. What an opportunity. Barrow thinks it should be a corner. But that's 2 chances now that Al-Taawoun have had in the first couple of minutes. Complete disaster from Cho Yu-min. Stretched at his foot, and all he did was put it on a plate for Barrow. Barrow couldn't find the target. He thought it should have been a corner. Here's the Al-Taawoun coach, Mohamed Al-Abdali, acting as caretaker coach. Took over when the former UAE national coach Rodolfo Arua Barrena departed in February. It's his second spell. This caretaker coach, he also did the role at the end of the season in 2022. Well, Al-Taawoun, they'll be wondering how they're not 2 goals up already this evening. And Sharjah, what a shaker for them. Really sloppy start, and they're so fortunate not to have paid the price. Mandash on the burst again, and this time Cho gets that one right. Gets it back to his goalkeeper. Oh, but they've mucked up again at the back. Shaheen Abdullah getting the tackle in. It's panic stations defensively for Sharjah at the moment. Wasn't a great pass to him, but he couldn't bring it under control. And in the end, he just managed to get the ball away from Roger Martinez at full stretch. Well, Sharjah need to get a grip on this defensively at the moment, because they're at 6s and 7s. First corner of the evening, it goes to the visitors. It's going to be taken on that far side by Faisal Faj. Headed away by Cho. Good header too. Only as far as Saad Al Nasser though. He gets the ball back into the danger area, and he's following through now, and that's flashed across the face of goal. The fullback almost making a name for himself. But goodness me, how many chances are Al-Taawoun going to pass up here? Really good work there by Al Nassr to follow through in the way that he did after initially putting the ball into the penalty area. His shot couldn't find the target. What a start, breathless stuff. And from a Sharjah perspective, they'll be absolutely delighted. They're still on level terms on the night. As on another evening, they could easily be 3-0 down. Alden Hani with the throw to Maloney. Just need a period of calm. We're in possession here, Sharjah. Just to metaphorically get their sea legs, if you like. Alden Hani again, the UAE international. Up by Tarat. Hani once more. Rolling the ball forward to Taya. Touch for the goalkeeper, making his 4th start in this AFC Champions League 2 this season. A couple of clean sheets he kept in both quarter-finals against Tractor and the first leg of this semi-final against Sharjah. Man in the penalty shootout against Tractor in that quarter-final, which was won by 4-2. Here's Barrow. Saw him briefly there, the Gambian striker, leading scorer for Al-Taawoun this season. All the eggs are in the AFC Champions League 2 basket for Al-Taawoun this term. 7th in the Saudi Pro League. And again, an errant pass from Sharjah, displaying all sorts of nervousness here. Or lofted forward. Luanzinho gets away from his man. Bursting forward, runs straight into Ashraf El Madaoui. He feels he was fouled. The referee sees nothing untoward. Shaheen Abdullah forward to Maloney. Cho picked up by Majid Hassan, and deep just to get his foot on the ball. Experienced campaigner. Long ball forward, but to no great effect. Headed forward then by Madaoui. Looking more composed on the ball at the moment, Al-Taawoun. Two players down for the visitors. Let's have a look at that previous action where Luanzinho felt he was fouled. The arm was certainly up there, wasn't it, by El Madaoui? And then Petrovic's challenge on Mandash. It's the one that draws the referee's ire. It's Cosman Oloroyo. 4 trophies with Sharjah, twice winning the UAE President's Cup, once the UAE League Cup and once the UAE Super Cup. Put up on that far side by El Madaoui. Across the pitch to Mazzari. Ahmed Mazzari. His fifth start in this competition this season. Given on the chest by Faj. Barrow. Was that a foul? The referee says play on. But absolute fury with Martinez going down, feeling his ankle was clipped. We've got VAR. And I'm sure our VAR officials will be checking that. Referee coming over to check on Martinez. Our VAR official this evening is Akrol Uskolmeyev from Uzbekistan. It's a full Uzbekistan playing control team this evening. Looks to me as though there's contact there. Would not surprise me at all if our referee, Rustam McFillan, was asked to come across and have a look at the monitor. He's being spoken to by his colleague. Yes, and indeed, McFillan comes across, and I reckon when he sees the pictures that we've just seen, he'll be pointing to the spot. Shaheen Abdullah sliding in, just losing his footing a little bit, I rather fancy, on this greasy surface. Certainly contact there. You could argue that Martinez had lost the ball, but that's not a factor in this decision. There was definite contact there, and I'm pretty sure the referee's going to change his mind. Famous last words on my part. A long look at this from every angle. Rustam McFillan, very, very experienced referee, even though he's relatively young. He's seen all he needs to see. Now, what's his decision going to be? Yes, he points to the spot, and that's no real surprise, is it? It was a clumsy challenge from Shaheen Abdullah. The referee's pointing at Martinez. I'm not quite sure why. I think he wants him to go off the field for treatment, having gone down in the way that he did. See Shaheen Abdullah sliding in, completely wrong-footed by Martinez, cutting the ball back. And absolutely no surprise at all after the intervention of VAR that the referees pointed to the spot. It's like El Madahoui is going to take the penalty up against Adel Al-Hosseini, who's been in brilliant form from spot kicks. Made a crucial save in the quarter-final in the penalty shootout to send his side through to this stage of the competition. What can he do now? El Madahoui against Al-Hosseini. And it's a brilliant save. He's done it again. Adel Al-Hosseini, take a bow. A really strong left hand and a wonder stop. That really has energized this stadium. It was a strongly hit shot. A little bit too close to the goalkeeper if you're going to be ultra critical, but still it had to be saved, and it was saved brilliantly. Well, we're still all locked up on the night. Al-Taawoun still in the advantage, thanks to that goal in the first leg. But the Sharjah fans, look at their reaction. It's almost as though their side have scored a goal. Well, Al-Taawoun, they've passed up opportunity after opportunity in the early stages of this match, and how much will they be made to pay for that, I wonder. Down goes Ko Lucas. Petrovic with the header forward. Picked up by number 8, Al Nassr. Well, you want drama, you've got it here in the opening 15 minutes of this encounter. Al-Taawoun pretty much running the show, but they've not got the ball in the back of the net. And that's what Sharjah will have to cling on to. Collision there between Mandash and Lucas. Something and nothing, really. And there was a foul by Girotto on Lucas, which brought about a free kick. Mandash bursting forward, tackled though by the experienced head of Majid Hassan. Forward by Tarat. He's got Al-Hani on the overlap. Maloney. Chance now just for Sharjah to breathe here. They've got some possession. It's their first decent possession of the match. Miscontrol by Ko. And it's a throw-in for the hosts. A little bit of argy-bargy there between Ko and Rivas. The referee spotting it and coming across. Asking both players to look at him, and they seem reluctant to do so. Referee McFillan just laying down the law. Al-Hani then with the throw on that far side. Into the danger area, headed away by Girotto, not very far. Barrow's in there, feet are flying. In the end, Maloney is the one who's penalised. Faisal Faj going down. With Adel Al-Hosseini, some wonderful goalkeeping from him. Full stretch there to his left. And what a really good, strong left hand. And then presence of mind, the quick reaction, the reflexes to get up and gather the ball. And there's the reaction of the Sharjah fans. Heel from Luanzinho. Petrovic with the cross, that's easy enough for Ataya. He's been pretty much a spectator so far. And who joined Al-Taawoun from Hueda in the summer of 2024. Missed kick by Rivas, capitalised on by Kamara, but ultimately to no great effect. Well, Barrow, it's ambitious. I think that was a shot. He was working on the basis that Al-Hosseini was going to be off his line. It's a good sign, I guess. Barrow's that full of confidence. He's got 5 goals in this competition. Leading scorer for Al-Taawoun in the AFC Champions League 2 this season. Sharjah's leading scorers, joint Luanzinho and KO Lucas, 5 apiece. The first 20 minutes of this match already have raced by. Ball flicked forward. There's a lovely little flick, and it's just wide. Really clever play by Tarat. Kamara was there, and what a good save with his legs in the end. I rather fancy from Attaya. Let's have another look. What a clever flick that was by Tarat. And what a fine piece of goalkeeping, celebrated by Attaya as well. No shot was on target, and Attaya made the save. This is terrific entertainment, this match thus far, isn't it? Corner comes in for Sharjah. And volley from KO. Will be more fitting on the rugby field in Sharjah football stadium. Tarat with that lovely little right foot flick. And Kamara, the effort on goal, and there's the reaction from the goalkeeper. 4 clean sheets in 10 Saudi Pro League starts for him this turn. He's the man who's put his faith in him. Al-Abdali, the coach. Headed forward by El Madahoui. Up on this near side by Mandash. He's made his presence felt on the right so far and continues to do so. Down he goes. Challenge from Petrovic. The corner conceded. You could argue there that there was a foul from Petrovic. There was certainly contact between the two players. But Al-Taawoun have to settle for this dead ball situation. Fajr is going to take it. Moroccan. Played in the 2018 FIFA World Cup finals in Russia. Swings it in with his right foot. And it's flashed across the face of goal. An unchallenged header. It was El Madahoui who got up highest. No leap at all from Luanzinho, and another chance goes begging for the visitors. Well, they're racking up these opportunities and they're not taking them. KO. Oh, good skill from him. Just lost control of the ball though. Managed to get the ball initially away from Girotto as he was confronted by Mazzari. Wasn't able to bring it under control, just overcooked it there and then took a tumble for his trouble. KO Lucas, now a UAE citizen. Vastly experienced in UAE football. Celebrate his 31st birthday. Coming up in 4 days' time. Cho, happy with something there. It's been a fraught beginning to this match for Sharjah. Throw goes Al-Taawoun's way. Luanzinho has actually scored in the knockout stages of this competition, Luanzinho, even though he got 5 goals in the group stage. All pushed forward by Girotto. Cho took it on the chest. They're not getting any time on the ball here, Sharjah. Roger Martinez, a little bit too agricultural for the referee's assistant on this near side. He felt he was fouled. Happy with that decision. Martinez, who joined in the winter window from Racing Club of Argentina. Previously in the AFC Champions League 2017. When a yellow card's been shown, Marcus Maloney picking up that card for that challenge. First card of the evening. Goes against the Brazilian-born player. This is why. Had eyes for the ball. Unfortunately for him, between Maloney and the ball was Faisal Farj. And he ended up kicking him instead. Most of the Sharjah fans fairly subdued from that major pocket there around the halfway line, and perhaps no surprise there, because they've been second best so far in this match. It's been a trying beginning for the home team, to say the least. It could so easily be, well, a handful of goals down already, and the tie could be all but over. Poor ball forward by Al-Taawoun. Barrow can take the throw and take it quickly. Flicked inside by Mandash. Chance to race forward by Nazari, and another card coming out. It goes against Cho this time for a deliberate body check, in the opinion of the referee. Right-hand side has been a fruitful area of operation for Al-Taawoun so far. Nazari trying to make it even more so on that occasion, until Cho intervened. Some subdued faces there in the Sharjah fans. Al-Taawoun, their supporters reflecting the fact that their team have been very much in the ascendancy so far. Those supporters who've made their way here from Qasim province, north-central Saudi Arabia, and very much enjoyed themselves, aside from the fact their side haven't scored thus far. Done everything but. Faisal Farj over the ball. This free kick on the near side of the Sharjah Stadium, our commentary position side. Barrow on the volley. Comes to Mandash. Somehow Sharjah managed to get it away, and thumped in and pushed away by Al-Hosseini. The shot was from Farj. Al-Hosseini ended up in the back of the net. Thankfully, from his perspective, the ball didn't. Worrying times for Olaroyo on the sidelines. He's right on the edge of his technical area. It was a great defensive header away from Cho. A rasping shot from Farj. It's just swerving away from the goalkeeper. You'll see it from this angle. And that really was another top stop from Al-Hosseini. That was heading in, but for the intervention of the goalkeeper. Back to his keeper by Al-Taawoun. A chance again for Sharjah to draw some breath as we move towards the half-hour mark. How on earth this game is still goalless is something of a mystery, I have to say. given the chances that Al-Taawoun have had, and they could have another one here now. Barrow. Gone out of play. He feels that should be a throw in to the visitors. It's gone the way of Sharjah. Tarat loses out. Shaheen Abdullah, thumping clearance, but the flag's gone up on that far side. KO just beyond the line of defenders. Another look at this now. It's tight, wasn't it? KO doesn't agree with the decision. He's got to live with it. Madahoui. Good calm play from Cho, taking it on the chest, finding Luanzinho. KO, chance to break on this left-hand side. Luanzinho's continued his run, rather fluffs the cross. And in the end, Walid Al-Ahmad concedes the corner. He was complaining there was a little bit of a lack of communication with the players around him. It's a rather frantic clearance, and it probably didn't need to be. So he's got plenty of time there. Corner's taken quickly. Maloney thought about the cross, checks onto his left foot. Just overcooked that one. Goalkeeper must just have got a fingertip on that. Again, perhaps it needed a call from someone, because there was nobody behind Ataya. And the goalkeeper just getting that touch, which concedes back-to-back corners. Maloney will take it. Clearance from Mandash. One in the air by Faj. Most decent spell, you'd say, that Sharjah have had. Yes, they had that opportunity, and Kamara was denied by Ataya. He's very much on the breakaway. Barrow rampaging forward. It's a poor pass back to him by Rivas, though. Tarat gets the ball to this near side to KO Lucas. Good cross in. Tarat had continued his run, and the corner conceded. Sharjah just getting a foothold in this match now. Really good run forward by Tarat. And in the end, good defensive work from Al-Ahmad. Unorthodox, but effective. Had to make that as well, with Tarat coming up behind him. And Tarat it is who'll take the corner. Punched away by the goalkeeper, as far as Maloney. Maloney thinks about a shot. Oh, and it was a tremendous shot too, and a really good save by Ataya. Maloney seemed an absolute country mile out there, but he hit it with such power with his right foot. It might have taken a deflection as well. Great reflexes from the goalkeeper and a really strong hand. This angle will show us more. It may well have glanced off Al-Madahoui. What a stop that was. Goalkeeper stayed down. He'll need some treatment. Maloney Well, an action-packed start to this match for him. A yellow card, and very early on the score sheet. With the tyre down, it's an opportunity for players to take on some refreshment. Some players on the sidelines having water. It's a common theme here in the UAE in the last couple of months of the season, and indeed the first couple of months of the season as well. There's a break at around a half-hour point in each half for players to rehydrate. Adel Al-Hosseini, well, what a save from him. Pretty much the defining moment of this first half so far. No matter who he denied. Captain frustrated. Adel Al-Hosseini, sheer brilliance from him, and his opposite number just produced an excellent save himself. Martinez, he's cut a frustrated figure, hasn't he, in the first half so far, clashing with Majid Hassan on that occasion. And you can see why Majid Hassan has stayed down there. The evidence of what we've seen with that replay, I think Martinez perhaps lucky not to be carded. Looked like two movements of the elbow there. Yes, and Majid Hassan making his point crystal clear. Hassan goes long, headed away by Mazzari. Zinho. The ball through to Kamara wasn't an effective one. Martinez and Hassan tangling. And then KO just nipping at Martinez's ankles. Just there. Absolutely fortunate to escape a yellow card himself there, KO Lucas. Just wonder if that challenge was a little bit of retribution for the challenge on Majid Hassan. Abdullah, plenty of time there to bring that down. He was looking for KO, couldn't find him. Picked up by number 16, Rivas. Barrow in quite a deep position there on the right wing. Earlier this season, Al-Taawoun made the decision to dispense with regular striker João Pedro. They let him leave on loan for Al-Wasl, the UAE club. Is that off the hand or Shirotto? No, said the referee. Free kick goes against Martinez, again clashing with Majid Hassan. It's one to keep an eye on. No love lost between those two players, I think it's fair to say. As Moussa Barrow has been very much the focal point of the attack for Al-Taawoun, particularly in the second half of this season. And João Pedro allowed to come here to the United Arab Emirates, to Al-Wasl, the league champions. Nice ball from KO to Maloney. The call is shoot from the fans after his last effort, which proved that brilliant save. Good defensive work there from Al Ahmad for the first time this evening. Mitrovic will take the throw. It's ball into the area, but none too effectively. Oh, he was able to get in the way. They haven't got it clear. And for Al-Taawoun, Kamara tackled. Good tackle in turn then by Maloney to win the ball back. Kamara trying to wriggle his way through and gets a free kick in the end. Frustration there for the visitors. Rivas with that challenge. Is that a handball a little earlier by Girotto? He was trying to get his arm out of the way and even just hit him in the stomach, a rather fancy. Fair enough decision by the referee, that. So a dead ball situation here for Sharjah in a very, very good position. Looks like there's going to be 4 players in the wall for the visitors. Keo Lucas over the ball. It's been very, very effective for Sharjah this term. 22 goals in all competitions. He's left it for Al-Taawoun. And Taawoun, interestingly enough, he arrived in the winter window from fellow UAE side Al Nassr. He's yet to score this season for Sharjah. Mandash operating as doorstop behind the wall there, just in case Taawoun goes low with his shot while the wall jumps. Straight off the training ground, this one, set up for Maloney, who drills it into a defender. There's an appeal for handball. This is going to be checked by VAR. Well, you're giving that as handball. That's a very long bow indeed that you're drawing. Didn't even look as though it hit the hand of El Madaoui. More like the hip to me. It is being checked though. And that check over very, very quickly. No surprise with that. Hooked away by Mandash. Shaheen Abdullah lifting the ball forward. Just over-egging the pudding there, though. Too long for Keo, and again, Keo tangling. This time with Al Ahmad. He's on a short fuse this evening. He's the Brazil-born striker. Obviously hyped up, knows the importance of this match. One in the air powerfully by Shaheen Abdullah. Down goes Kamara, frustrated. Farge frustrated as well. Free kick's gone against him. They've just got a little bit of a foothold in this match now, Sharjah. To the early stages when it was all Al-Taawoun. Majid Hassan. Show. Maloney. Taawoun. Petrovic. Keo dispossessed. Maloney can pick up the scraps. Bunzinho, down he goes under challenge, and it'll be another free kick. Mazzari it was. Bunzinho just bouncing off him. Another look at it here. You can see quite clearly from that angle, Mazzari wasn't anywhere near playing the ball. He certainly played the man. Al-Abdali will be frustrated on the sidelines. Knows his side still hold the advantage in the tie, but he must be wondering how on earth they're not further ahead. Now, it was unorthodox and in the end not very effective. The last free kick that Sharjah had in a promising position. What are they going to do this time? Majid Hassan. Keo Lucas over the ball. Again, the doorstop being used behind the wall. That's what Keo's looking at. Oh dear. said about that free kick, the better. Our fourth official this evening. While you're watching that replay, Asker Jafaliev has indicated a minimum of 5 minutes to be played at the end of this first half. It's additional time, but a few stoppages for treatment. KO now on the run, looks up, what are his options? Floats the ball to the back post, that wasn't one of them. Kamara does really well though. Sharjah retain possession. Kamara once more. Cross comes in and Tarak couldn't quite get up for the header. He got contact on the ball, but he couldn't rise high enough and direct his header downwards and towards the Al-Taawoun net. Kamara, though, didn't he do well on that far side? He's added a real physical presence to his play over the last year or so, Osman Kamara. You see Tarak just couldn't get up in order to direct his header goalwards. Al-Taawoun throw, I think. The referee's problem was that it was being taken in the wrong place. Rotto, high clearance, perhaps the highest tonight so far. Headed forward by El Madaoui. Shaheen Abdullah had to make that, and he did. In the end, tackle from Rivas. It's been very watchable this first half. Plenty of passion, plenty of opportunities on goal, and two outstanding goalkeepers. Those efforts have been on target, thwarted the two teams' efforts to open the scoring. Martinez and Majid Hassan. Not sure there's going to be too much socialising between those two at the end of tonight's match. So a free kick then for Al-Taawoun. Down goes Martinez again. This time tangling with Shaheen Abdullah. We can call that a wry smile. And you have to say, looking at that replay, perhaps he felt, perhaps he did have little grounds for complaint there. It looked as though Shaheen Abdullah will do him with his shoulder. Alden Hani inside to Tarak. What a good dummy that was. What a good clearance from Chirotto. KO gives away a free kick. Guilty of a push on Azari. Let's have a look at that dummy again from Tarak. Look at that, really skillful play. Just those little subtle parts of his game, Adel Tarak, that really are worth the admission money all on their own. One in the air again by Abdullah. Inside the last 30 seconds of the minimum of 5 to be played at the end of this first half. Our referee brings proceedings to a close. At the end of the first 45 minutes plus additional time, Adel Al-Hosseini, he's the man who's taken the headlines in that first half, saving a penalty from El Madaoui after Shaheen Abdullah's rash challenge on Martinez. And really, you have to say that in the first 20 minutes or so, Al-Taawoun should have been, well, out of sight. They had so many opportunities that they weren't able to take advantage of. Most of them were put off target. But at the other end, Sharjah gradually came into proceedings, and there was a thumping shot from Marcus Maloney. It was brilliantly saved with a strong right hand from Attaya in the Al-Taawoun goal. It's certainly been watchable this first half. It's quite remarkable that it's been goalless as well. And what that means is, of course, that Al-Taawoun are still in the ascendancy. They lead 1-0 from the first leg in this AFC Champions League Two semi-final tie. And that's how it stands at the moment then. Half-time here at the Sharjah Stadium. And it's Sharjah 0, Al-Taawoun 0. Al-Taawoun 1-0 up on aggregate. Hello and welcome back to the Sharjah Stadium, where we're getting ready for the second half of the second leg of this AFC Champions League Two semi-final between Al-Taawoun, the visitors, and Sharjah, the hosts. Somehow it's 0-0. Not entirely sure how. Al-Taawoun leading 1-0 on aggregate after winning the first leg a week ago. But they really have passed up a whole host of chances in that first half. Mandash, Barrow and Al Nasser were all off target when it seemed easier to hit the target and possibly easier to score as well. And they missed a penalty through their captain, El Madaoui. Spot kick brilliantly saved by Adel Al-Hosseini. The other end, Sharjah, well, they've had 60% of possession, Sharjah, but only in the latter stages of the first half were they able to start to make good on that domination of the ball. Both Kamara and Maloney were denied by the brilliance of Ataya in the Al-Taawoun goal. So it certainly hasn't been one-way traffic as a whole. You could argue it's been a match of two halves, that first half so far, with Al-Taawoun dominant in the first phase and then Sharjah coming back into proceedings as the half wore on. What can we expect from the second half, I wonder? It's more of the same. It'll certainly be exciting. Sharjah know they have to score. One goal from them will be enough to take it to extra time, and potentially penalties as well. It's all on the line for Al-Taawoun's season, this match. They're out of contention for an AFC competition place for next term, lying 7th in the Saudi Pro League. So in order for them to get some sort of continental action next term, they have to win tonight, or win the tie overall, certainly. 0-0 will be enough for them to go through to the final against either Sydney FC or Lion City Sailors. Those two teams playing tomorrow night for the right to be in the final, with Lion City Sailors winning the first leg by 2-0. So Sydney FC have it all to do. The final of this competition will be played on the 18th of May. Adel Tarat, vastly experienced, making his views crystal clear to his teammates. Neither side has made any changes at half-time. What can we expect then from the second half? Off we go with Sharjah in the predominantly white strip, playing from left to right on your screens. And slipped straight away by Tarat. Allows Al-Taawoun to regain possession. Girotto goes back to his goalkeeper, Ataya, who really did make two fantastic saves in that first half. And Kamara first with his right leg, and then with a very strong right hand, Zidai Maloney from distance. It's going to be a Sharjah throw on this near side. Al-Ahmad with a couple of very important interventions defensively for Al-Taawoun in that first half. Khalid Al-Danhani, the master of the long throw for Sharjah. He's the man who's got the ball in his hands at the moment. Referee just having a word with Al-Ahmad. A bit of unnecessary pushing and shoving between himself and KO there. It's gone out for a corner. Ball coming off Al-Ahmad in the end. So the first corner of the second half, and it goes to Sharjah. Maloney will take it. Off the head of Shaheen Abdullah, and another corner, this time conceded by Al Nassr on the far side. Shows attempted cross, charge down. Sharjah fans, the majority of them on their feet at the start of this second half. And again, the referee getting involved, just trying to pour some oil on troubled waters here. A bit of pushing and shoving inside the 6-yard box. Oh, and again, it's a great save from Attaya from point-blank range. Petrovic denied. He was on the turn inside that 6-yard box. You could say there's a little bit of fortune there for the goalkeeper. He's ended up almost sitting on the ball, I think, really. He had to be in the right place at the right time, and he was. Petrovic will wonder how he didn't score from that sort of range. It's a snapshot on the turn. And somehow, Attaya kept it out. Another look at that shot. How on earth didn't end up in the back of the net? It was a mystery. Anyway, a free kick now for the visitors. It's going to be taken by Faj. Good ball in, headed away by KO. It's back as far as Al Nassr. All inside, looking for Martinez, couldn't find him. Sad Al Nassr, just his third start, just his sixth start rather, in the AFC Champions League Two this season. And a regular in the Saudi Pro League lineup, though 22 starts across that competition this season. Mandash gets the throw. Certainly in the early stages of the first half, he was a menace. And the Al-Taawoun right, as far as Sharjah were concerned, dragged a shot across the face of goal very early on. He really should have found the target. Referee's assistant was flagging very quickly there for the challenge by Al Nassr. Petrovic down, squealing in pain. The first yellow card brandished to an Al-Taawoun player goes to Al Nassr, and that's why basically he's just trod on the foot of Petrovic there. Oh goodness, no wonder the cards come out. That will have hurt. Leaving his foot in there, Al Nassr. Al-Danhani. Kamara. Tarat. Petrovic from distance. Finds a yellow wall in front of him. Played by Martinez to hold the ball up, but eventually was taken off him by Al-Danhani. One in the air by KO. And a collision there between El Madaoui and Kamara as well. Clash of heads perhaps. Straight away the referee blows his whistle and gets the medical teams on. Both of them are rather fancy, only had eyes for the ball. at what happened here. It's definitely a clash of heads. And a painful one too. Very nasty. Sharjah fans doing their best to lift their team. They know they've got to find a goal from somewhere this evening. The Al-Taawoun fans, well, they're happy enough with the status quo. It's been an eminently watchable game, this one so far. Chances at both ends, some excellent goalkeeping. Physical contest. Thoroughly entertaining. Anything that's lacking as yet tonight, as you can see in the top left-hand corner of your screens. There's a goal, or maybe more. Two players still down, receiving treatment. Captain for Al-Taawoun, and for Sharjah, Usman Kamara. Reminder that neither of these two teams has won an AFC competition in their history. For Sharjah, it's their 39th match of this season. 18 games in the UAE Pro League, 11 before tonight. This competition, 6 in the League Cup and 3 in the President's Cup. And Al-Taawoun, it's their 43rd game of this campaign, 27 in the Saudi Pro League, 1 in the Super Cup, 3 in the King's Cup, and 11 for tonight in the AFC Champions League Two. Two sets of substitutes warming up. As you'd expect, it's a lengthy period of treatment, this, for both players. No surprise as well, given the replays we've seen. Nasty clash of heads. Abdali looking on, knowing his side have it in their hands at the moment. The good news is you can see both players are sitting up. Kamara looks as though he's going to continue with a bandage around his head. Here's the clash of heads again. Goodness me. Doesn't get any better the more you look at it, does it? Now, both players looking as though they're getting some bandages. So there's blood below that bandage of El Madoui. Just checking there. Kamara's okay to continue. Medical team doing a basic concussion test out on the pitch. The referee happy to allow the treatment to continue. Of course, these are head injuries we're talking about, so he's happy to allow as much time as is necessary for the treatment to be completed. Closest we've come to a goal so far is that penalty for El Madoui. The right to have the penalty after Roger Martinez was brought down by Shaheen Abdullah, but what a save by Adel Al-Hosseini. Superb stuff from him. He made the all-important stop in the penalty shootout in the quarter-final against Shabab Al Ali, the UAE side. Saving a spot kick there from Cohen Santos. And that was the difference between going through to this stage of the competition or going out. Shabab Al Ali and Sharjah have had a remarkable run of matches against each other this season. There's Firas Ben Arbi, who might well be the most likely replacement for Kamara, if Kamara has to go off. Nabi, the Tunisian. Both sets of supporters really enjoying the occasion here this evening. Kamara's off the pitch and waiting to come back on. You can see that Al-Taawoun was going to have a bandage, but in the end the decision is that he's not going to have one. He can't get it to be comfortable enough for him. It doesn't look as though there's any blood there. I was wondering if you could see some blood under the bandage a little earlier, but it doesn't appear that there is any blood on him. Oh, in fact, they are now, yes, bandaging him off the pitch. A good job in cleaning up any wound that may be there. They'll also be binding the head, I'm sure, to try and reduce the swelling. Mara's meanwhile been allowed back onto the pitch, complete with headband. This ball looking for him. He goes up for the header and wins it. And again, he's on the ball. Tries to get the crossover. It's deflected. Al-Taawoun can get the clearance in, but they haven't got it too far. In the end, though, get the opportunity just to calm things down. Maloney with the ball forward. There's Kamara, tough as teak. And there's Al-Taawoun, also bandaged up. Two brave players to continue on with the action. I'm sure the medical teams did their due diligence to make sure the players were able to take part without any ill effects. Barrow on this near side in front of our commentary position. And he's penalised is Shaheen Abdullah for the challenge on the big forward. Felt his shirt was pulled there. Just couldn't make out what happened. Maybe some contact with his mouth as well, he's indicating. And it's the elbow in the face. We'll give Shaheen Abdullah the benefit of the doubt there and say maybe he slipped, but Barrow was none too convinced about that. Free kick on this near side then, and Faj will take it. He's going to whip it in with his right foot. Moroccan, who's missed just 2 matches in the starting lineup in this AFC Champions League 2 this season. In his first season with Al-Taawoun. After 2 seasons with Al-Weda. By Shaheen Abdullah. Comes back in. Faj with the volley. Flag had gone up on the far side anyway for an offside, so even if the shot had been on target, it wouldn't have counted. Player picked out there by the referee's assistant was Al-Ahmed. Got back after being up for the initial free kick. Martinez with the slip up against Shaheen Abdullah. Tarat does really well to retain possession there in a tight position. Move into an offensive situation. Luizinho gets the ball to Ko Lucas. Petrovic on the overlap. He's denied by Al Nassr. And the corner in the end goes the way of Sharjah. Luizinho. The foot was a little bit high there by Al Nassr. He'll still take the dead ball situation, I'm sure. Just past the hour mark, Sharjah's 7th corner. drilled in by Tarat. The ball deflects behind, to the sidelines rather. KO thinks about taking the throw, but he'll leave it for the long throw specialist, Alden Hani. Biro, meanwhile, the Brazilian striker, getting ready to come on. He's going to take over from Petrovic. So, attacking change being made by Cosman Oloroyu, the defender coming off, and an offensive-minded player replacing him. Biro, just 20 years of age, 4 goals this season in all competitions. Referee having nothing to do with those rather half-hearted penalty appeals. Well done by Abdullah. Finds Tarat, Majid Hassan, Maloney. Maro's crossed over to the left-hand side, thought about a shot. And in the end, a lunging challenge from Fage gives away the free kick. Kamara can count himself a little bit fortunate there. He'd lost control of the ball. It was a little bit away from him. See Fage made some sort of contact with the ball. Now, is this a penalty? KO tangling with Rivas. Rivas certainly had his arm on the shoulder of the Brazilian. The referee none too impressed. You can see KO still labouring the point there with the official. Kamara's been in the wars this evening. Madaoui is the one who's down as well. Kamara going down under challenge, and El Madaoui down for a little bit more treatment. The Al-Taawoun fans, well, if it stays like this, they're on their way to the final on the 18th of May. And those Sharjah fans know it. These two sides have only played once before at this venue. And Al-Taawoun won that by a goal to nil. Faisal Darwish scoring. It was on the 11th of February 2020. Absolute lifetime ago, just before COVID pandemic struck and the world ground to a halt. There's a little bit of repair work going on El Madaoui's bandage here. One that he's got around his head after that clash of heads with Osman Kamara. It was that clash of heads. A really nasty one too. Kamara just checking there to see whether any blood was drawn. I was half expecting it was. And you can see there a towel being used to try and stop some bleeding. Well, Madaoui's wound seems to be open. That's what's caused the hold-up. See, he's had a bandage reapplied. See some dark colour there, just at the top right-hand side of his head. I think that's where the blood is. He knows he has to go off, having gone down for treatment. Zinho's family there. K.O. Lucas's wife. K.O. Looks as though he's going to be one of the architects of this free kick. He and Luanzinho are over the ball. He's going to leave it for Luanzinho by the looks of things. Biro is there as well. Tyre, who's been in fantastic form this evening, just making sure his wall is as he would like it. Again, the doorstop being used. Mandash playing that role. Luanzinho, oh, and it just hits the roof of the net. Always an issue with a free kick from that sort of range, just fractionally outside the penalty area, is the ability to get the ball over the wall and then under the bar. Got the ball round the side of the wall there, as you can see, and only fractionally over the angle of post and crossbar. It was a dipping effort, but it didn't dip quite enough. Just about halfway through this second half, there'll be plenty of time to add on. Due to that lengthy stoppage. Barrow. Mandash should catch up with this, and does so. That ball go out of play? Yes, it did. Having done all the hard work, Mandash, a bit slapdash, but not being able to keep the ball in play. Cho. He's dropped back into a more orthodox role. Cho. He was just in front of the back four a little earlier, or the back line anyway. Now he's dropped back a little bit deeper because Petrovic being substituted. Clearance coming in from Al-Ahmad, not for the first time this evening. Himself on the line. Barrow. What's the referee decided here? He's going to show a yellow card to Majid Hassan for that challenge on Mandash. Majid Hassan pleads his innocence. He thought it was simply a case of the two players coming together. The referee took a slightly different view. This angle might show us if there was any contact. Third player to be carded for Sharjah this evening, after Maloney and Cho in the first half. Free kick then for Al-Taawoun. Good delivery, and in the end it's glanced off the head of Girotto, I think. Farge with the ball in. Glancing off Girotto's head. Rivas was up there as well. Biro. There'll come a time for a bit more urgency now for Sharjah. They have to score. No ifs, buts or maybes about that. In order to keep this tie alive, they need to find the back of the net. Cho. It's the ball from Tarat. Crosses the halfway line. Luanzinho has come deep to receive. Still no changes by Al-Taawoun at this stage. Al-Danpani. Majid Hassan goes deep, looking for KO. It's a player down for Sharjah. KO Lucas is making his way back to his feet. Picking up the ball now. Good skill from him. Looking at his options. finds its way out to that far touchline. Tarat with the ball, whipped in and pushed away by Ataya. The goalkeeper saw it late. It was awkward for him. Not for the first time this evening. He did his job and did it well. Chance now for a break for Al-Taawoun. There's room for Mandash to run into. He's got Roger Martinez up with him, but in the end, Cho does well. Kamara, the game getting more and more stretched, and that'll be a free kick. Adel Tarat it was with that ball in. A clumsy challenge from Mazzari. Brought about stoppage in play after a breakneck period of action. One more changes being readied by Sharjah. Then Arbi looks as though he's going to come on, and also Mohamed Abdul Basit. And Arbi very much a forward-thinking player. And Abdul Basit more of a holding midfielder. KO going down there, but no free kick given. Madawi, a distinctive bandage on. Kamara wins back possession on that far side. Biro. Zinho gives the ball to KO. He's come over onto this right-hand side now. From Al-Hani, not a particularly effective one, and then Cho concedes the free kick. Good stop though from Ataya, from Tarat. Tarat whipping that ball in with his right foot, and Ataya doing really well. First change of the evening then for Al-Taawoun will happen now. Roger Martinez, who's had a frustrating evening, hasn't always felt the decisions have gone in his favour. He was the one who won the penalty. He's gone off, and Abdul Fattah Adam has come on. And Tarat and Majid Hassan, the players who've given way for Sharjah. Bassett and Ben Arbi on then. Abdul Fattah Adam. 3 goals this season for Al-Taawoun in the Saudi Pro League. By Al Nassr. Going to be conservative now, Al-Taawoun. They've got to find that balance, haven't they, the men in yellow? On the one hand, they'll know that if they can score a goal, it really will almost certainly put Sharjah out of contention. On the other hand, they won't want to risk too much, pushing too far forward and maybe leaving some gaps at the back, because Sharjah do need that goal, and they'll be the ones who'll be doing some pushing themselves now. Al-Hani, Cosmin Oloroyo just outside his technical area there and being spoken to by the 4th official. Urging his players forward. Mentioned already on commentary this evening that one thing perhaps lacking in Oloroyo's UAE CV is a continental trophy. He's got the opportunity for some silverware this season, even if they go out tonight in the President's Cup final against Shabab Al-Ali. 11 points behind Shabab Al-Ali in the league with 2 games in hand. They've got 8 games left to play. Shabab Al-Ali have 6. It will require something remarkable for them to win the league from this position, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility. Although it has to be said, Shabab Al-Ali haven't lost a game all season. Abdul Basit with the cross. Kamara, oh, he just slipped at the vital moment. He wasn't sure the ball was going to come over the top of Mazzari. He lost his balance as he tried to set himself. Sharjah must work on the basis that they're going to get an opportunity in this remaining 13 minutes or so. Had one chance in this second half. Mitrovic from point-blank range, and he shot on the turn, saved by Ataya. Unlike the first 15 or 20 minutes, and who's just picked up the ball there, Adel Al-Hosseini has been something of a spectator. The majority of the match has been played in the Al-Taawoun half in this second half. Sharjah haven't had too many clear-cut opportunities off the back of that, and they changed that. Cho. Basit, who's slotted in at the back, allowing Cho just to move forward a little bit. It's come through to Kamara, gets the shot in, and that's a terrific block. It really is. Powerful strike by Kamara. He really thumped that hard, and Al-Ahmed, who's done a tremendous job at the back this evening for Al-Taawoun, seems to have been there with every necessary interception. At it again. Benabi with the corner. Just glances off the head of KO. Biro, who's done so well with the turn there. Chips the ball up to the back post. Shaheen Abdallah couldn't quite wrap his foot around that one. Put it into the danger area. Needed really to go at it with his left foot. He's predominantly a right-footed player, as you can see there, but the ball was always drifting away from him. Biro had done well to fashion the opportunity, but just overcooked the cross. Tension rising here. This match moves towards the last 10 minutes of normal time. There'll be plenty of additional time, you can be sure of that. That clash of heads between El Madaoui and Kamara. KO. Kamara. KO. Looks for Luanzinho, can't find him. Ball chipped forward by Al Nassr, no great effect. Possession ceded though by Sharjah. Adam to Barrow on this near side. Faj. Chance for Al Nassr to run. In the end, it's an effective piece of defending, though. It denies him. Abdul Basit. His 10th substitute appearance of the season in all competitions. KO with a long crossfield ball. Picks out Al-Denhani. Back by Maloney. Biro. Basit. Cho. KO just trying to find half a metre in either direction. There's a yellow wall in front of him. Oh, he's got the ball out to the wing nicely there, though. Cross comes over and the goalkeeper's stretching for it. In the end, Barrow makes the clearance. It was Luanzinho with the dainty ball in, and almost a very effective one with the outside of his right foot. A couple more changes about to take place. Tyrone Conrad waiting to come on for Sharjah. And Mohamed Kouekibi is going to come on for the visitors. Benabi lays it back. Hero. Shaheen Abdullah. Confronted by Barrow. And in the end, challenge an effective one. Mandash is going to be the man who will make way for the visitors. He's run a very good race indeed on the right-hand side. Really has put a terrific shift in. Perhaps he'll feel in the early stages he should have scored, dragging his shot across the face of goal. He's going to be replaced by Kouekibi. Scored in the second leg of the quarter-final against Tractor. It's his fourth appearance off the bench in this competition this season. Excellent effort by Mandash. Conrad on in place of Luanzinho. Conrad, a player born in the Netherlands. His Suriname debut in a World Cup qualifier in June of last year. Four goals for him in all competitions this season, and this is his 16th appearance off the bench this term. Some additional treatment for El Madawi. Let's have a look at some saves. How about that for a stop from Al Hosseini in the first half. At the other end, tremendous effort from Ataya. You will have seen that late. It may have taken a deflection as well, and it needed a strong right hand to keep out Maloney's powerful strike from distance. Time ticking away, the sands of time very much against Sharjah here. Bassett does well. Hero, Abdul Bassett again. Benabi. Ball towards Conrad, who gets the looping header in, but it's off target. It was KO in the end. Let Tyus there. Long diagonal ball. KO rising high. You could see he never got the contact that he wanted on that one. Didn't get the direction. One in the air by Adam. Chance for Kouekibi to run. Can't keep it in play though, the substitute. Into the last 5 minutes of normal time. And Sharjah fashion an opportunity from somewhere, anywhere. Give themselves a chance of taking this match into extra time and then potentially even penalties. Both these sides, no strangers to penalties in these knockout stages. They've both won through in the round of 16 and the quarterfinals in virtue of penalty shootouts. But will we go that far this evening? Well, if we're to have a chance of that, Sharjah need to find a goal from somewhere. Sharjah, of course, ended up in a penalty shootout in the quarterfinals after Shabab Al-Ali scored against them in the 4th minute of added time in the second leg here. It was on the 12th of March. Yunus de Boer, Israeli international, was on the mark there. Headed away, no nonsense clearance from Girotto there. Kept alive on that far side. Biro can't bring it under control. Denied by Fage. You can look up what are his options. He's got 3 players with him. One of them was Kibi. Having to play keep ball here, the men in yellow. Good defensive work by Al-Taawoun to win the ball back for the hosts. Kamara. Ben Arbi, full of running off the bench into the penalty area. Well, he got a bit of a push there. And in the end, Giroto concedes the corner. There was the push. Arbi decided to stay on his feet. He'll have the corner now on this near side, our commentary position side at the Sharjah Stadium. Really poor corner that, though. Headed away. Al-Taawoun. Al-Taawoun whips the ball in. It's going to be a throw for the hosts. Giroto again on defensive duty. Time continuing to tick away. You can see the blood coming through there on the bandage of Al-Taawoun. I think the referee wants him to go off again. Have that bandage freshened up. A real lion-hearted performance from the captain there. They're down to 10 at the moment, defensively. Stretch from Biro to keep that in play. Al-Taawoun inside to Kamara with the back heel and sliced off target from Ben Arbi. Ball was going across his body. It certainly wasn't an easy chance to take that. Right off the outside of his left foot, and you can see his captain wasn't too impressed. Probably felt that Ben Arbi could have taken a touch there. It's still down to 10 players. Al-Taawoun. And the referee, in fact, is getting his yellow card out, showing it at Attaya for time wasting. Second player to be yellow carded for Al-Taawoun this evening. He wants to take every single second he can in this situation. Al-Taawoun's back on the pitch now with a fresh bandage. Goodness me, he really has gone above and beyond the call of duty this evening, the captain. I'm sure he'll feel it'll all be worth it if his side is heading to the final on the 18th of May. The whistles from the Al-Taawoun fans have started. We await our 4th official to indicate the amount of time to be added on. I'm sure there'll be a substantial amount. Cho. There's 10 minutes to be played, according to our 4th official. So there's still plenty of time here for Sharjah. Al-Taawoun, meanwhile, about to make a change. Mufarrej is about to come on. He's going to replace Saad Al-Nasser. Qutayb Al-Mufarrej making his 6th appearance off the bench in this competition this season. He's also made 4 starts. He's been in every match-day squad this season. Arrived in the summer from Al-Hilal. Was part of that Al-Hilal side that won the AFC Champions League in 2021, so great to have a player of that experience coming off the bench at this stage. Sharjah's home form in this competition, though, has been modest. Failed to win their last 2 home games here. 2 draws, a loss and 2 wins in the competition prior to tonight here at the Sharjah Stadium. Hero. Good bit of defensive play by Kouekibi. Al-Taawoun's away form, though, has been excellent. Won 3, drawn 2 prior to tonight. 3 clean sheets, so they're going to get a 4th. Well, Al-Hani, it almost fell for him, not quite. KO having to go all the way back to Adel Al-Hosseini. Seems an absolute eternity ago that he saved a penalty from El Madahoui. Abdul Basit finds Al-Hani. What options does he have? KO. Down he goes under challenge, and he'll get the free kick. And Faraj just come onto the pitch. He's the one who's made the challenge. It was a good turn. And again, El Madahoui, his bandage, I think, is showing some blood once more, and the referee's not having any of that. I think he's going to have to be replaced. Good work from KO to get away from the substitute. He just can't stem the bleeding for the captain, unfortunately. There's a bit of blood on his shirt, I think, as well. That's the other issue that the referee's got. So once again, Al-Taawoun down to 10 players to defend this free kick. Maloney and Benabi are over the ball. Al-Hani to the back post, it's headed down. Is it in? Yes, it is! Kamara in added time. Well, they had to work on the basis that they'd get a chance at some stage. They've got one, and Kamara's taken it. From point-blank range, he picked up the scraps after Attaya made the initial stop. And Sharjah have found the goal. And that's what it means. Al-Taawoun were down to 10 players to defend that free kick. Let's have another look at it. Benabi with the ball in. They'll check the offside. Al-Hani to KO. The initial effort from Conrad was saved. But eventually, Attaya was beaten. Will it count? Kamara bundling the ball home from literally a metre out. Sharjah fans ecstatic. Will their joy last, though? It will be checked by VAR. Well, we had drama in the quarter-final here, and Shabab Al-Ali scored in added time. We've got drama in the semi-final now. Have Sharjah scored in added time? Those fans certainly think so. Just waiting for confirmation from VAR. Kamara, what a brave performance after the clash of heads to stay on the field and to bundle the ball home. Just waiting while the checks are carried out. Meanwhile, El Madahoui has been replaced by Fahad Jumeirah, and the goal does count. Ecstatically confirmed by the public address system. And a little bit of pushing and shoving right at the death. Conrad involved, and he's going to get a card. But there's Kamara, the man of the moment. It's his 11th goal in all competitions this season. Mazzari was also carded for his part in that little fracas. At the end of it, Sharjah have a free kick. They're not able to make the most of it, though. And 7 cards shown this evening. It's not really been that sort of a match. Can either of these sides fashion a winner in these closing stages? At least 2.5 minutes to go. If we can't get a winner, we'll go to added time. The Sharjah fans subdued for long periods in this second half, in full voice now. Look at that. You can see at the top of your screen there, they're all on their feet. Kamara lofts the ball forward, can't get it past Shirotto. Picked up by Mazzari. Adam, Barrow. It's a poor ball. Looking for Fage on this near side, but couldn't find him. Maloney, good skill from him, finds Kamara. KO, oh, it's a good turn from him. Benabi, yes! Oh, yes! Firas Benabi! He's into the crowd. Two goals in added time for Sharjah. They've turned this tie around. Oh, yes. Well, he's going to get a yellow card, Benabi, but I don't think he really cares. He's had a frustrating time during the season at various points. This will make up for it, I'm sure. Timed his run perfectly, and what a finish with his left foot. His earlier effort drew the ire of the captain, but there was no keeping that one out. Great skill by KO to fashion the opportunity, and Benabi's first-time shot was unerring. Rippling the net, and there's Oloroyu. It's all turned round for Sharjah, and in a good way too. What a night here at the Sharjah Stadium. For so long it looked as though the home team were going to be frustrated, they were going to be denied, and now all of a sudden, right at the death, they've come up with 2 goals which surely will win the tie. Kaya with the assist. How much time will the referee add on? Maybe a couple of minutes, perhaps. KO can burst forward again. Kamara holding on to the ball, trying to play in Biro, not able to do so. Al-Taawoun, will they have one final opportunity to get the ball forward? Barrow trying to sweep it out to the wing, not able to do so. Flag there for offside. Players down all over the pitch for Sharjah. I'm not sure the referee will buy this, or even if he does, I'm not sure. But he'll be happy to allow things to continue in that vein. Here's Kamara in the 4th minute of added time. And 5 minutes later, with the clock ticking down, Ben Arbi, the substitute. Tremendous effort from him. KO getting a card for what the referee believes to be time wasting. So that's 6 players in total have been carded for Sharjah. They're going to make a change to see if they can waste a bit more time with Majid Rashid about to come on. He's going to be replacing KO. So there's going to be a long ball bombed forward here by Al-Taawoun, you can be sure of that. Into the 13th minute now of added time. Just got to get the ball forward, have Al-Taawoun. Girotto's up there. Not taken cleanly by Adel Al-Hosseini, but he gathers it at the second attempt and gleefully falls on top of it. Another card's just been shown. 2, I think, in the end for Al-Taawoun players. Cards being thrown around here like confetti at the end of this match. Girotto clashing with Khalid Al-Danhani. It was one of the cards shown to number 32, Farage. Farage making the point there that he felt that there was an elbow on Girotto. Al-Ahmad was also carded in that fracas. So 5 cards for Al-Taawoun players, 6 for Sharjah players. The Sharjah players won't care one jot if they end up winning this match and going through to the final. There's still a player down receiving treatment in the Sharjah penalty area. Here's Ben Arbi's goal, which looks as though it's going to win the game and win the tie for Sharjah. What a thumping finish. Not even Ataya, who's been in brilliant form again this evening for Al-Taawoun, could keep that one out. Almost burst the net, didn't it? Here's the reaction of the Sharjah fans. And the referee blows the final whistle. It's all over. Sharjah are into the final of the AFC Champions League Two. 2 goals in added time have turned this tie around. They've won 2-0 on the night and 2-1 on aggregate. What an incredible finale to this game. Al-Taawoun left to regret the fact they had so much dominance in the early stages of this match, but they weren't able to make it pay. Adel Al-Hosseini with a brilliant penalty save in that first half from El Madoui. Ben Arbi came off the bench to score the decisive goal, but it's heartbreak for the team from Saudi Arabia. Their fans for so long believed, and now it's a bitter pill to swallow for them. They're out of qualification range in AFC competition terms in the Saudi Pro League this season. KO celebrating. He was the man, the architect of that second goal with a lovely through ball which Ben Arbi fed off. And Usman Kamara, a clash of heads for him with El Madoui halfway through the second half, but he stayed on the pitch bandaged, bloodied, but he scored. It's all over then at the Sharjah Stadium. It's finished on the night. Sharjah 2, Al-Taawoun 0. Sharjah win 2-1 on aggregate, and they go forward to the final.